Okay, so what? The new video is CD/games. The point of it is for you to play old games that I love because I love them and you don't know them. So the whole point of this is to see whether or not these games hold up today, like games from the 80s and 90s that I've got a huge nostalgia for, but you have no emotional attachment to at all. So you play them and tell me if I'm out of my mind for liking them. Hopefully, I can find some games that you actually enjoy. And I don't know, some people find new joy in old games. Make sense?
Makes sense, but before we start, I just want to know what your motivation for Police Quest was. I think you could
For,
have chosen a much easier game for me to play.
I could have chosen an easier game for you to play, but okay. The first reason is quite personal. Police Quest was the first game that I got with with our home computer. So in fact, we actually had the game before we had the computer. We sat with the discs, staring at them without anything to play them on, until the computer eventually arrived, and we were able to install it and play it. So there's a lot of fond memories for me from my childhood on it. I remember it being really difficult though, and as far as the sort of quest games go, and I say quest games, they're adventure games. So Sierra used to make all of these adventure games, and generally they had the word quest in the name. So you had King's Quest, which I think were the very first ones, Police Quest, King's Quest, Space Quest, Heroes Quest, which was changed, and they were all sort of similar types of games where it was about puzzle solving as opposed to action. And computer games at that time were limited, so the games you had were like you'd have like Pac-Man clones or Space Invader clones, things like that, which were all kind of action based, or maybe you'd have Tetris. And this was something that was a story, so you kind of felt like you became that person for a while, and you got to navigate the story. It was a lot of fun. It was really really difficult, especially.
I can attest to that.
And you have the internet, but you didn't use it, right?
Of course not. my, my
Neither did I when I got this game.
my computer game history starts with Prince of Persia.
But that's not bad. That's a good pedigree. It's a good pedigree to have.
There were a few before that, but I don't remember what they were. And I remember my dad used to put tapes in, but I kind of feel like this Police Quest predates all of that nonsense.
So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that Police Quest was like 1987-ish.
I was two.
Man, let's see. I'm
Must I
just going
start
to
calling
check
you
you. It's fine. That's Mr. Worm. You can call me Mr. Worm. You know what? So the whole idea behind this sort of experiment that we're doing is that you play the game without any of the context. You play it just as a game. I can tell you all the context sort of later on and why I really liked it. But the reason I chose Police Quest for you is because it was the start of my journey as well. So I can try to recreate my journey in computer games that I took as a child of, let's say, 7 or 8 years old, with you as a man child of, say, 37, 38 years old. And I know by the end, I'm going to find you games you enjoy. And I don't know. I think maybe if you give Police Quest another chance, you might enjoy it. But what was your experience of trying to play this game?
My quest started and ended in the lobby of the police station.
Okay, well let's see what you did.
Okay, so I split it up into sections, and the first section, which is very long, is just loading the game.
So this took half an hour for you.
I mean, your first tutorial should have been how to play how to load Police Quest, and then we should have moved on to.
To be fair, I mean, I think that you're making me out to be the real bad guy. Yeah, I told you to firstly, to use DOSBox, I did tell you that you were going to have to mount a drive and all of that, and you said, no, you're fine, you know how to do this.
It's not the same as I remember. I remember just running the game. Okay, I'm going to push play, and you
Okay,
can mock me all
let's
that
have
you
a look.
like. This is like a premiere of a movie. It's now the 9th of March 2021, and I'm about to play Police Quest for the first time. Clinton thinks that I have got a gap in my education. So he also says that he reckons I won't be able to actually open this Police Quest. Gave me a program to use
So I actually warned you.
called
Okay.
DOSBox.
I like laughing at past, Daniel.
I can see the agony of my face.
No, yeah, you still seem confident. Like, oh, Clinton said I wouldn't even be able to open this program.
I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to do this. What is this? Logistic.
Let's watch that
Okay,
confidence
I'm gonna
wane.
open it again.
Okay, can we pause
And I
around
think
there, Daniel?
games is. I do feel like we're two old men right now.
Maybe you could just keep our faces off it for a while. As long as what we make's not embarrassing, then it's fine. We don't have to watch all of your suffering, although I think I might watch it on my own time just for joy. DOSBox, it's one of the best emulators you can get to play old DOS games and old adventure games and things like that. But it can be tricky if you've never sort of used it before, because it wasn't as user friendly as the operating systems that we find today. So let me show you kind of how it would have worked. So what you want to do is have a folder on your computer somewhere that you put all your old DOS games in. So and then you want to mount that as an actual drive. And generally, you don't really want to mount that folder as a C drive, just in case there's any conflicts or anything like that.
Well,
I've done it before.
You could have told me that before.
I wanted to, but you said you knew what you had to do. So I've got a folder on here called DOS games, and if I say mount A, so I'm saying, okay, mount as A drive, the folder C drive DOS games, and push enter. It says drive A is mounted as local directory. So now I can go A drive, and this emulates this as a hard disk on my computer, and you can see some of the games I have on there. And now I can go into that folder, and the files are there, and if I now type Sierra, the game would start. So will that be easier for you next time, at least?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got this recorded now, so I can just go back to this and watch what you just said.
Yes.
Okay, so here's where I gave up.
Where did you play this?
I did play classicgames.com, I think. Okay, so I told Clinton I'll do this for an hour. I've already done it for half an hour.
You didn't play the game for half an hour.
My commitment to this was an hour once a week. So
Okay.
that includes startup time.
Well, I mean, no one could expect it would take you that long to start up.
Okay, so if I push right, I'm assuming I'm that... Oh, what's he doing? Okay, so I'm going to go right through that open door. Up, left. Up, right. How do I get him to stop walking? Alright, there's a piece of paper over there. And walk into it. These graphics are quite pathetic. He doesn't walk with the right perspective. So he kind of just crashes into the wall. That's a bit dumb. I see some walkie-talkies there. I'm going to go through this door then and be back at 1 o'clock. Oh, sorry. We're walking. I'm going to try open a door because I think this is one of those games where you got to write things. So I'm going to say open door. And we're going to walk to this... Wait, again, I thought I was early. Sorry. An invitation. Get to work. Alright. I'm leaving. Open door. Okay, we're going north. Is that a computer? Use computer. Daniel. How do I get out of this?
What did you think was going to happen there?
I don't know. I thought maybe it would bring up some sort of information that would be funny in time.
About yourself. How freaked out would you have been if you typed in Daniel and it brought up all your information?
Daniel's a pretty... Yeah, that would be freaky. But Daniel's a pretty common name, so I just figured maybe there's something about a guy called Daniel. And I mean, I could have something to say about it. But,
okay.
No. Sit. Use board. Use it. Okay, so I've missed the briefing room. That looks like a clerk's office or something. We haven't done this door yet. Try this. I think this is going to take me outside though. Oh, wait, I have come here. Too bad you have to work, Sonny. Yet. Oh, I thought that was a woman. Sorry. I don't get what the point of this game is. It's supposed to be some sort of mystery. I just remember this is already about 15 minutes or so I've spent just wandering around. So if you see me with a little bit of a short fuse.
So I gave you manuals and stuff like that. Did you look at any of that before you started this game?
No, I don't remember you giving me the manuals, but when I did go back through our messages, I saw that you did. So I'm not going to say that you didn't, but...
So you hadn't looked at the manuals and stuff? No, well, listen, it's... when I got this game, I didn't have a manual either. We had the discs, we had no game, so you basically figured out things you had to do because people told you what they had done and things like that. So it's very interesting to see when you go in blind what you do. And so far, I've got to say, you're exploring. It seems kind of legit. So yeah,
I wouldn't call this a quest yet. This is more like just, I don't know. I mean, if this was Lord of the Rings, I haven't left my bedroom.
But this is, you see, this is the thing that quests were then. You must remember what this game was replacing was the text adventure. So that whole typing, open door, and all of that, that is something that people were used to doing in text adventure games where you literally just had a description up on the screen and then you would have to type, go east, go west, look at door, pick up sword. So the people who were playing this game at the time already had that back knowledge. So the one thing I am seeing that you're not doing that would have been helpful is typing look in basically every room.
It's coming.
Because when you type look, oh, okay.
It's coming. I get quite advanced in this whole thing. The one thing that helped me out quite a lot with this was Ready Player One, the book, because I figured that open and stuff kind of did things. So that was my sort of scholaring on this.
You know what would have helped more?
The manual.
Yes.
Yeah, it did. What am I supposed to do? I can sit. Can you believe that Morris Fudley ever made a friend? So that's Morris Fudley. Maybe I should take a walkie-talkie over there. Use walkie-talkie. Use radio. Office, that's a computer.
How did you not laugh at that comment, though?
I was quite frustrated at this point. I knew I was on
so
the wrong
you didn't
track.
even like that. Just go back a little bit where you say use radio, because these are the things that did kind of make the game funny.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I got a bit of a different sense of humor. I did laugh at a joke later.
No, just go on.
Walkie-talkie. Use radio. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, if you're a 4-year-old, It's not really that.
What you're going to do? So this is meant to come up when you. So later on in the game, you can be in an area where you're breaking up a drug bust, and if you have done things out of sequence, you won't have a radio. But you need a radio for someone to kind of catch someone who's running away. And then if you say use radio, that comes up. So what are you going to do? Scream and pray that dispatch will hear you? I thought that's quite funny.
Did you remember this joke? Or is this all
I
new
didn't
to
actually.
you?
When it came up now, I laughed. Because I thought that was one of the little rewards in these games. And that I remember now is if you found a different message that would come up, it was like a little treat. It was almost like a little Easter egg that you had made a different kind of mistake, or you had made a mistake that the writers of the game had anticipated and wrote a special message for, which was, I don't know, there was something cool about that.
Well, just look at the look on my face at how much I appreciate that joke.
Oh, yeah, you look overjoyed. I'm gonna have to give you a far better game.
I don't have much of a sense of humor though, but okay, let's continue then. Office, that's a computer. Oh wait, somebody. Russ, the keeper of the. I feel trapped. I wonder if I can go down straight this way. What'll happen? Nothing. This is like a notice board. Notice.
Basically, this video is
read.
just going to be a slow
Notice
slide.
board.
It's a documentation of your slow slide into depression.
No, it happened quite quickly.
Oh, okay. Read notice board.
Hold the keys to the squad cars that I saw that because the graphics aren't the best, and even when I had to read this text, I battled a bit reading it because I've got like a normal modern day monitor, and I don't think this is quite designed for that. So, when I watch it now that we're watching it on a small screen, I can actually read it fine. But when I'm playing the game, it took me a long time to kind of read these things. I felt like quite an idiot. It's so bad. So I thought those were notices, little like post-its or something. I didn't know that those were keys. And that would be nice if I wasn't trapped in here forever. Okay, so what do I do? Take key. Leave. Okay. I've got a score of 1. I did something. I don't know if I'm supposed to ever leave this place unless there's something in one of the lockers. And I can probably speak to these people if I just walk into them. I don't want to know. I thought that was quite funny. Okay. But after the 7th time, it wasn't funny at all. They can at least update their jokes for the people who die over and over.
Yeah, well, that was a famous Sierra thing, the constant dying.
Locker. Your locker is too far away. Open locker. Take gun. Okay, I took the gun. Change. I think that's a badge on top. It's either a badge, a wallet, or a donut. What's a donut? Take badge. That's a logical thing. Change clothes.
So you're going to be so late for this briefing.
Case. Am I naked? Have shower. Leave locker. Maybe if I push back. Go back. Walk away. Back. Close locker. Okay, we're gonna have a shower, I think. We are about to have a shower. It reminds me of The Sims. Have shower. Wash yourself. Leave shower. It's about as long as my shower's at home. Just do that yourself. Okay, so we just walk away. Oh, the tile's coming with. Open locker. Change clothes. Or get dressed. Get dressed. I wonder if I can say.
So when you started figuring stuff out now, So when you started getting points, when you got the key, when you went to the shower and that, did you feel like you were making some progress?
There were
Like, was
times.
there any satisfaction for you?
There were times, and I think this was one of the good times that I had in this game. This is probably the peak enjoyment I had.
One of the 3 good times you had in the game so far.
Yes, this is pre dying the first time. So
Okay.
I thought that I was going to be all right. So this is probably the most fun I had. Was right now. You can see the look on my face again.
Overjoyed, yeah.
Take gun. Take briefcase. I don't know what that is at the bottom. If that's my towel, if that's a hat or underpants. Oh, take badge.
Just
Need a badge?
Look.
I don't need a badge. I see I've got a score of 4. I've done something. And I don't know if the point of this whole thing is to get to 245. If then I've...
Is that the point of this game? Is to get to 245 and then you're done?
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought that would be relatively obvious that it says you've got 4 of 245, so you're making progress towards something. You can finish it without full marks, but this is also one of the cool things that was it was a rumor going around when we were kids playing this game that if you got 245 out of 245, you got to rename the character. Well, it wasn't true, but we thought in our little 7-year-old brain, not just that you'd rename the character in the game, but like you could rename it for the games that were coming next, because no one could possibly get 240. Yes,
for everyone.
That little Clinton sitting in Kempton Park would be able to rename this for anyway.
I did think that I was going to be on the computer, so my little 7-year-old brain was thinking along the same lines too. I could hack the internet.
Yes, search for Daniel. Tell me about myself. That is. So
you can see
it's funny that is your instinct. The first computer you see, it's like, oh, I wonder what it says about me.
Okay, let's continue then.
Clock the game. Alright, take key. I don't know what this key does. I don't need the keys until I'm off duty. Change into civilian clothes.
Why would you be doing this?
My logic was that it said I need to be off duty to take the key. So I thought I have to be in other clothes and then I can take the key and then I can leave.
But then, like, you really should have been playing a different game and not a game called Police Quest. If your first instinct is, I want to get out of this uniform and go be in my civvies.
In hindsight, that was a pretty dumb thing to think, but I was getting a little desperate now.
Okay.
I can understand why you weren't having too much joy.
So take gun. Take briefcase. Close locker. Open door with people. Hello, person. We've had a shower.
I was trying to. My thinking was in every room, there's points to be made. So.
But that's fair enough. And then, but I'm just laughing at the thing of the poor guy who's on the crapper, and you're like, "Hello, person. Hello."
So I was thinking.
Like, can you imagine that in real life? Like, oh man, here comes Sonny again. He keeps trying to talk to me while I'm in the shower or having a poo. Tell him that rectal thermometer joke. That seems to get him off your case.
Yeah. So I thought I would visit a room once and get everything done that I could in that room, and then I could leave. So there was a guy on the toilet. There should have been something to do around the toilet.
Left the water running.
Please tell me you're not going to go turn it off now.
No, I lost the point.
You've been docked 1 point.
So,
and you actually noticed that. That's interesting.
So
I've never seen that before.
Oh, well, there you go. I can teach you things about this game that you never knew. If you play it badly
you can teach me how to lose points. I wonder if you can get minus points in this game. Like, if you had 0 points when you did that. You couldn't have. You get 1 point for changing. Okay.
plus as a negative and integer.
Okay.
In coding, you have to. These are worked by integers, and I don't know if a negative is an integer or not. They actually
Pretty
max
sure it
out
would
at
be an
like.
integer.
Doesn't an integer go from 0 to like 32,000 something?
I don't know.
In these days, I remember. What was that program? There was a coding program.
Pascal.
Yes, Turbo
There's
Pascal.
probably, yeah.
And then you used to have VAR equals this int or something. And
Yeah, you get negative integers.
oh, well, there you go. That can be my next goal.
Maybe
is
you
to
should
get a negative.
concentrate on getting out of the locker room.
I get there.
Yeah, what was I supposed to do? Right, let's turn off the shower, but no, I'm just going to leave. I've already been doctor point, I suppose. I wonder if there's some paperwork.
Hey,
Yeah.
so how are you not late? Oh, yeah, very late.
This is the beginning of the end of my little bit of enjoyment I had of this game.
So, do you at least get the big death screen?
Oh gosh, I pushed enter without looking.
So you didn't even know you died now.
No.
Walk. Since you're dead, all you can do to restore a set die from missing a briefing.
Okay, so that was take 1 of Police Quest.
I am enjoying this. I'm sorry, it is brilliant.
Okay, well, I'm glad one of us is. I feel like a guinea pig.
Well, you are a guinea pig, but I mean, it's not like I'm testing cosmetics on you.
I feel like this is worse. Do you want to take 2?
Yeah, let's see take 2, but perhaps scrub past the things we've seen you do already. Like, do you
I
get a
kind
little
of
bit
do.
further?
I think. Well, I mean, I don't get much further. So I do repeat myself in many different ways.
Okay. But you got into a car at some point, didn't you?
Yes, we will get there. First, I got a pen to take notes.
I think I got a point for that. Take. You don't.
And you still haven't read the manual at this point.
Best thing wasn't you?
No, we haven't had our conversation yet.
Best thing wasn't you? Briefing room contains a single podium and 4. I'm not sure if there's anything I can do here. Maybe I'm supposed to give the briefing. Listen to radio. Read board. Stare outside. Escape window. Hello, Sonny, she says. No, okay, if I'm late for the briefing again, let me go back to the briefing quickly. The briefing's at 1. What am I supposed to do about that? Last time I had a shower, I died. I'm going to go speak to those people, I think, not have a shower, and then come back. The taste.
Okay, skip
Probably-
past
okay, so
this.
we're walking
I
outside
can't
now. Let's
wanna
go back to
get-
the briefing room because I don't want to miss it and die. The briefing's still at 1 o'clock. I'm late for the 1 o'clock briefing and it's 1:15. You spent too much time goofing off. I did nothing. And I think I'm dead again. Alright, I'm going to call it there. That's about as much as I can take.
Okay, so that's 2. Now you're gonna watch 3, 4 to 15, I think. So I've changed. This is a new day, and I think we had a conversation before this. So I think I've got the manual at this stage, if I remember right.
But even your profile, you're looking like far more pissed off about playing this game now. It's like, yeah, okay, let's play this stupid game.
I went
Wow.
to sleep that night hearing this do 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 do.
So that did nothing for you. I like the do.
You know, it reminds me a bit of that movie Police Academy, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
because it's got the name Police in it.
Police
but it-
Academy or Police Squad?
Police Academy, where the guy made the funny noises.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that.
It
I mean,
was
I
all
was
the same
reaching.
sort of era. It reminded me there was a different series. Oh, what was it called? Man, it'll come to me. But it had a very similar sort of intro with a badge and titles going over the badge and things like that.
Dallas.
But let's see. So now you've read the manual. Let's see. Did the manual help?
The manual basically.
Or was this like I had told you some things to do?
No, the manual tells you step by step how to get to the point where I died for the last time.
Okay.
So all that I've done is basically what the manual says, but it's so boring to read the manual. You'll see. What's that noise?
Right, so I've been given a manual now by Clinton. Welcome to the Littleton Police Department.
I've even got the name wrong. It's Lytton. Or what is it? It's not Littleton, but yeah. So you can see.
Yeah, I've never known how to pronounce it, whether it's Lytton or Luton or.
Well, it's
Lighton.
Littleton, according to me, my past self.
Yeah.
The recruit must be worthy to serve by the side of those men who, of primary importance,
I can
are.
say I must have learned to stop by now, or I haven't started walking yet.
No, because normally you start a little bit more to the center, so you must have learned to stop.
I think I figured out how to stop by now.
The faithful, conscientious performance. Yada-da-da-da. Says a notepad would be nice, so I was on the right track. Acquired equipment, a uniform, a gun belt with hand. Bold officers must maintain a clean and shiny. We are going to walk to our locker. Look at the lock. Take the
Yes,
gun.
I learned to look. I feel like a little puppy. I learned.
Take the brief.
Okay, so you figured out it's ammo.
No, that I figured out on my own. I thought, let me just try ammo, and it worked. So instead of
Okay.
ammunition, it gets tiring after a while writing. I must
Yeah,
say, spelling back
like,
in the
you know-
day must have been a lot better before mouses were invented, or mice were invented for computers. Because you had to write everything, and if your spelling wasn't right, you didn't get it.
yeah. So like I learned to read on not on this game. A friend of ours had a computer and had King's Quest. So, like, you could walk into water and you had to type swim to live. And it's one of my earliest memories is I remember typing swim. And it
So
being
when-
like something where people are like, oh, this kid can write. It's probably like, no, I could just type swim.
So when you see your friend drowning at a public swimming pool, you say, swim to live.
Yeah, swim. You're not going to... If they sink to the bottom, then I just go, do, 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 do.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
So, I mean, this may. Oh no, it's fine. Carry on.
I started
Carry
getting excited by this point because I started seeing progress, because it told me what was going to happen. And it was
Cool.
quite short-lived.
Oh my word! How were you late? I don't
Maybe I was
understand.
just too slow.
You went in, you took stuff.
I did exactly what it said. I don't know what I did there. So
Did
this
you
is-
talk? You spoke to everyone in the change room again, or what?
spoke to everyone. So the
I don't
next
think
time,
you're supposed to talk to everyone.
this time coming, I think I did everything by the book.
Okay. Take the gun. The briefcase. So now we're going to try the briefing again.
Pardon?
It looks like you spoke to everyone there again.
I think it told me to. I did everything by the book. I'm by the book this time.
Well,
The pigeon walk to the table in the lower right-hand corner.
so this is in the manual that tells you to walk to the
Newspaper.
table in the lower right corner.
Yes. Everything here is in the manual. You should have read the manual and you would have known.
It's like a walkthrough.
It basically is until I give up.
From the table. Dope in the city. Yes. Now I think the briefing is going to start.
You're gonna die again, aren't you?
So I managed to get past the briefing thanks to Clinton's help and a instruction manual. Just take 5 or 6. Julie yells, "Sonny, find your desk." I've been waiting at my desk. Where is my desk? I'm gonna join. I'm at my desk. Maybe I'm supposed to go here. Once next time. Right, well at least I know what to do now. Okay, we're there again. So basically I have to go and have a shower. Talk to all these people. Open. Take MU. Close. To look in my pigeonhole. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do this. Read. Close the news spots and wait there. So there's a 1983 car.
Because I'm taking notes now. I had a pen and a notebook because it said I should. So I was taking notes of all of this stuff.
And did this at least... Okay, listen.
I felt
At
like a
this
real
point-
cop right now.
Okay, but were you getting excited that the game was starting now? Or were you just like, I just want to stop now?
I was getting excited that the game was starting, but it wasn't
Okay.
very long-lived because I don't know if you can see the timer on this video. We're coming to the end already of my experience with Police Quest.
Malcolm Washington character off my back. Now hear this lot. Now 3 teenagers were arrested. Well, that's it for today. Watch your butts, kid. We won't. Okay. Listen and take notes during a briefing. It says around the hallway is a keyboard, a table, are keys. Oh, I didn't do this last time. Hey, I found some cards. I can leave this place. So we need to do a safety check now of the vehicle.
Okay, I always used to die on that.
Having performed the prescribed walk around, door. Start the car. Woohoo! I got no idea what I'm doing now. I think that's me over there, and that's the police station. So, okay, well, I think I'm done with. Oh, shit.
That was my journey of being a cop.
Okay. So, I'm scared to ask because I think I know what the answer is.
No, I did not enjoy Police Quest very much. I enjoyed it a little bit watching back and how stupid I must look. But no.
I don't think you look stupid at it. What I was reacting to in a lot of that is so much was coming back to me. So much of the frustration, and it's one of the things that so there were 2 big adventure game powerhouses in the, let's say, late 80s, early 90s. The one was Sierra, who made all the Quest games, and the other one was Lucasfilm or LucasArts. And they made the more point-and-click games, like Maniac Mansion, Zack McCracken, Monkey Island. And in Monkey Island, they actually take the mickey out of the Quest games. The fact that you could die the whole time. Like, so much of these quests was dying in different ways and then not making that mistake the next time. So when I look at this now and I look at you playing, kind of going in entirely green, I get how this game's frustrating. So I don't know if anyone would like this game playing it for the first time nowadays.
Thank you for admitting that.
I mean, it's hard for me to admit because there's a massive part of nostalgia for me in this. And I do wonder if you would have had a different experience if you had just read the manual. Not like read it while you're playing, but before you play, just read the manual. Because that, I suppose, was like the equivalent of a tutorial where it gets you through the first little bit of the game so that you're now in the habit of looking on every screen and checking things out. Because once you're through the briefing, the game does lead you a lot better. Like you get out and you start driving and then someone runs a red light, so you've got to pull them over. Then you get radioed to go meet your friend for coffee. Or there's a crash, that you've got to go attend to. So it keeps on telling you where the next place you've got to go is, and then when you're at that place, you've got to follow police procedures. And I guess because Police Quest was so procedural, you couldn't really play it without the manual. And it made it, I don't know, more of a simulator than an adventure game.
There's far better simulators out there right now.
To be a police?
Yes. This is... didn't you tell me that they used this as a police manual, or were you just pulling my leg?
No, I wasn't pulling your leg, but I do think that it was something that was used as an excuse. I know of at least one, maybe two, police departments that installed Police Quest 1 on the computers and used it as like a cadet training thing.
I could
for
just
people to
imagine
follow procedure and stuff like that.
a policeman pulling you over and saying, "You forgot to push lock door. You're dead." Lock.
Okay, so just to show you how quickly you could get through some of this. Come on. Did you check that you could do F3 to repeat the line?
I did not know any of that.
Same as DOS. And the other big trick is instead of typing like open locker and all of that, you could just type O space D and then take all C space D. And then
That is not in the manual.
Got it. Yeah, that was so. A lot of the things that you learned how to do in this game, you learnt by friends playing the game. So you'd like meet at school and stuff, and then someone would have solved that puzzle, and they'll tell you what they did, and you used to like trade information on games. It was like swapping cards. You'd say like, I know how to get past the bush in Space Quest. Do you know how to get past the drunk driver in Police Quest? And then you'd kind of trade that information. Because we didn't have walkthroughs, we didn't have the internet. And, I mean, in our case, because I'm pretty sure whatever version we got of this was not original, we didn't have the manual. So we didn't even have anything to go on. We had to kind of just try to figure it all out as we went along. I'm not going to do the things that you kind of don't have to. But this was tense, okay? Because now you like, look car. And it matches the description mentioned by the witness to the fatal car crash. So we know this guy's dangerous, okay?
I like the moustache.
And now we request backup. And now we wait for backup. And this was, you could die a lot here, but it felt stressful. Because, well, I suppose you'll see. Okay. So this tune, that do do do, if you go to the toilet in the game, it plays that same sort of tension builder.
When I go to the
So,
toilet, funny enough, I hear it too.
okay, so now we need to. Okay, now we've drawn our gun, and there are so many ways to die here. Like this guy can shoot you. You can say, "Get out," and you had to type that freeze very quickly. And then, so now again, you've got to follow the process. If I like, let's just save. Say,
I've got the manual, yeah. Would you like to know what to do?
I know what to do. But if I do this,
Oh.
and this was all like, when you didn't have the manual, you kind of had to figure this all out. So, and then you talk to people who got past it. It was kind of like learning the cheat, not the cheat moves, but the special moves in Mortal Kombat or something like that. You say, hands up. So then you think, okay, you got his hands up, now you've solved it, and you go forward. And then he zaps you again. So it's like more and more stuff. So this was like one of the highlights. And then like any Sierra game of this era almost, you'd have like some sort of gambling. But right at the end you play poker, which was also quite cool.
Much like what EA games today.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. You
So
won.
let me see what happens if I go now. And you have to cuff him. And
Is he
then
dead?
the tension goes away. No, you just cuffed him. So he kind of knew there's nothing he can do and stuff. But I think that was one of the highlights. The driving was quite fun, which I don't think you did very much in this. So about to drive.
0.3 seconds, please.
So the story is at the briefing, you get. It was all about drugs and criminals, but mostly it was drugs. So at the briefing, you get told about this kind of hot car, and they also mention that there's been like drug dealing at the local high school. When you have coffee with your mate, the story kind of, or the narrative continues about one of the people you work with. Their child seems to be involved in drugs and all of that as well. So they really want to get the guys who are selling it and all of that. And then you get promoted to narcotics, and you end up. There we go. Yes, someone's about to go through the red robot, so we can chase them down quickly. Ah. Okay, I don't even want to chase them anymore. Whoa.
Oh, that was close.
That was close, eh?
That was the height of excitement in this game. Hey, it's still going.
So that narrative keeps pushing that you really want to catch the people dealing the drugs. When you get transferred to narcotics, you break up this drug deal in a park, and you question them, and it turns out like they're involved in selling the drugs at the school. And then you set up this whole sort of sting operation with your hooker friend to take down the whole kind of kingpin. And then you go undercover and you play the poker and you have this big shootout in a hotel. So the story was really cool, and the story kind of pushed on quite well. The ways to solve some of the puzzles was a little boring, I suppose, or a little technical. I get why you were frustrated by this, but I still look at it with. I'll still play this game. But what would you now? What would you score this game? Like, out of 10? Would you give it like 0? Or would you give it something?
It's difficult to score because I think you need a certain amount of knowledge on these sort of games before you play it. And I don't think I had that. So for me, I would give it a 3 on the high side out of 10.
Police Quest is probably the one that had the most ways for you to die, or like was the least forgiving.
What do you think for bringing that first then?
Yeah, but you see, now I've got you there. Now you're going to enjoy the other ones more. So I need to ask you now, before selecting the next game, would you be able to do another game with the same kind of interface? Could I give you another Sierra game that's less punishing?
Yes, I mean you set the bar pretty low. So, I mean, I'm up for anything, honestly.
You don't know where the other bars are, so
Well,
this
I
could
feel
be a
like-
very high bar.
I mean, like, it's weird though. Like, and this is to this game's credit. When I look back at games from, say, what are we in now, 2021? When I look back at games from, say, 2005, which, I mean, graphics were pretty good back then. They're pretty bad. Like, unrealistically bad. And what I like about this one, and I mean, maybe they were trying to be realistic, but there's no realism in it. So I kind of like that because you don't have to take it as like being realistic, and it is just a big joke and stuff. So I'll give it credit for that.
Maybe I've got to push you through to the point and click ones. But Space Quest was proper funny, and so was Leisure Suit Larry. That was like you played it to have a big laugh.
Well, we've already established a lot much of a sense of humor. So
Yeah,
you're gonna
so
have to
I really
serious one. You can see why my favorite game is Flight Simulator.
Hey, would the puzzle type game appeal to you though?
No, you choose. It's completely up to you, and I don't mind setting aside even 2 hours.
But listen,
every 2
I
weeks.
watched the slow degradation of your avatar as you were playing these games. Like, I don't know that I can put you through something worse. I'm just gonna.
I'm up for it. I'm up for it.
I need to give it a bit more thought. I think maybe I need to jump you to a LucasArts game and take you a bit more forward. I think it could be Monkey Island.
Okay, well, let's do Monkey Island.
Yeah, Monkey
I-
Island. But I've got to tell you that if you play Monkey Island and you end up not liking Monkey Island, we might not be friends anymore. I don't want to put too much on this, but
Maybe that's something I can live with after it too.